Chapter 629. The things Hu Qingcheng said made Jian Yun a little surprised. She only heard a few words about Hu Chengfeng's family from Hu Liancheng or Hu Chengfeng, but did not know that Hu Chengfeng's grandmother was already long gone, and Hu Chengfeng's grandmother died when she gave birth. This should be the secret of Hu family. No one else knew about it. Furthermore, Hu Qingcheng wouldn't fabricate such a thing. So, was this a coincidence, or was there really a curse? Some people said that the Hu family did not have a good source of wealth, so they were cursed. However, Yin Qi said that it might have something to do with the genes, so no one could tell the exact details. Fortunately, although Big Sister was in danger at the beginning, the production went smoothly. Hu Qingcheng had a lingering fear on her face. Xian Yun hugged Chu's soft little body, and was a little stunned. She felt that the delivery this time was not successful because the child was premature. If he did not grow well in the womb, he would definitely suffer when he came out. So, sister? Hu Qingcheng saw that Jian Yun suddenly did not speak and thought that she did not believe her. She could not help but shake her hand in front of her eyes. She was a little anxious, sister. What I said is true. Don't believe me? Jian Yun came back to her senses, and the corner of her mouth revealed a smile. She said gently, I understand. In the beginning, I hated him and blamed him. But later, I also understood that Liancheng should not be so cruel. That's why grandfather felt that he had let Hu Chengfeng and Uncle Hu down. Otherwise, Mom wouldn't be able to help Hu Chengfeng occupy Hu's alone. Hu Qingcheng sighed again. This was already related to the Hu family's family matters. Jian Yun felt that she could not say much, so she only listened. Big sister has one more thing. The other day, you called me and said that you came to the imperial capital to look for Big Brother actually. Brother was really injured that day. It was a gunshot wound. It was less than a centimeter away from his heart. It was very dangerous. She continued. At that time, you must have heard rumors that my big brother was injured to save his grandfather. Hu Qingcheng suddenly changed the topic. When Jian Yun heard this, she was even more shocked. She was clearly shocked. She said, gunshot wound? Hu Qingcheng nodded repeatedly, her face full of fear. She said, at that time, I was captured by Mom. Hu Chengfeng imprisoned Grandpa and wanted both of us to go. Mom didn't want me to take the risk. She was also prepared to stop Brother from going, but Hu Chengfeng threatened her by killing Grandpa. She continued, although Brother looked cold on the surface, he valued family the most. He went and was ambushed. Hu Liansheng's eyes turned red when he said that. Xian Yun's entire body froze. She suddenly remembered that night in the tea room. Granny Liao said that Hu Liancheng was seriously injured, and she even said such heartless words. When she thought of this, her heart began to hurt. Big sister, I told you all this today because I didn't want any misunderstanding between you and Big Brother. She continued. You guys love each other so much. Now that you have a cute baby, you guys will definitely be happy forever. Hu Qingcheng wiped her eyes and tried hard to smile. After Hu Qingcheng left, Jian Yun called Hu Liansheng. As soon as the phone rang, it was picked up. It was very quiet on the other side. Hu Liansheng's voice was very gentle. Duoer? Are you done with your matters over there? Jian Yun sucked in a breath and asked. Soon. What's wrong? Do you have a cold? Hu Liansheng immediately became nervous when he heard Jian Yun's muffled voice. No, just, I missed you and wanted to apologize to you. Xian Yun felt very uncomfortable in her heart. These few days, the two of them had been together day and night. All the misunderstandings seemed to have been resolved, but only she knew that what she did was far from enough. Come back early after dealing with the matters. Jian Yun had 1,000 words to say, but felt that she could not say it clearly over the phone. There were some things that needed to be said in person. Okay. Hu Liancheng felt as if he had eaten honey in his heart. At this moment, in the large conference room of the headquarters of Cloud Group, there was absolute silence. All the executives present were silent. At the same time, they looked at their big boss with their mouths wide open, staring at his phone in a daze. His face had never changed in 10,000 years. President Hu, who was full of hostility, was actually smiling. He was even smiling so much. This made all the higher-ups shiver in fear. In the end, it was Cheng Mu's who pretended to cough and reminded them. Hu Liancheng finally came back to his senses. He swept his gaze across the room, and all the eyes that were looking at him immediately retracted. He returned to his normal expression and continued his regular meeting. Jian Yun was still very relaxed this month. She was only responsible for recuperating. There was a specialized medical team to treat her. The baby also had someone to take care of it. Granny Liao came every day. Later on, she even opened a suite at the side to stay. She hugged Chu and loved him dearly. Yang Fei and Auntie Quinn also came to accompany Jian Yun every day. Wen Jing and Luo Yanyan would also come over when they were free. But they did not disturb Jian Yun's rest. After they came, they basically walked around Shay. Even if Qi had to sleep 24 hours a day for 20 hours, these people just stared at him and could not take their eyes off him. Xian Yun was very speechless. But it was no wonder that Qi really had a good appetite and was very obedient. He would sleep when he was full and howl when he was hungry. In just half a month, he seemed to have gained a lot of weight. Xian Yun had many things she wanted to say to Hu Liancheng, but she did not expect him to come back so soon. He had said that he would leave for about 5 days before leaving. It was only the 3rd day. Xian Yun had just fed she milk when she heard the door open. She turned her head and saw Hu Liancheng walking in. Xian Yun was stunned. It was only Chu's voice that pulled her back. Didn't he say that he would be back in 2 days? Xian Yun could not find any words to express her surprise. She hugged Chu and went over to welcome him. Hu Liancheng put his coat on the hanger and hugged Xian Yun. He kissed her on the lips and said gently, "I miss you. I can't wait to come back and see you." Xian Yun pursed her lips and smiled. She handed Chu to Hu Liancheng and said, "Hug your son." "I want to hug you more." Hu Liancheng poked Chu's chubby face. He did not reach out to hug him. Instead, he hugged Jian Yun and did not let go. Jian Yun lowered her head and rubbed her head against Hu Liancheng's arms. Suddenly, she said in a low voice, "Liancheng, I am sorry." Hu Liancheng was surprised. "Why do you say I'm sorry?" "Nothing." Jian Yun did not know where to start. She only looked up and smiled at him. She felt that there were some things between them that she did not need to explain. She had a lifetime to be good to him to make up for her misunderstanding and hurt him. Hu Liancheng raised his eyebrows. "Did you do something wrong to me?" Xian Yun rolled her eyes at Hu Liancheng and then nodded seriously. "Actually, I want to tell you that Shay is not your child." Hu Liancheng's eyes widened. He deliberately pretended to be angry. He took Chu from Jian Yun and put him on the small bed. Then he pushed Jian Yun to the bed step by step. He reached out and pinched her chin and said fiercely, "Say it again." "If Qi is not my child, then whose child is he?" Xian Yun blinked. "Old Wang next door? Our neighbor's surname is not Wang." Hu Liancheng narrowed his eyes. Xian Yun could not help but burst into laughter. Hu Liancheng pinched Jian Yun's nose. Acting needs to be more realistic. Xian Yun hooked her arm around Hu Liancheng's neck and kissed him. She gave him a deep French kiss. Hu Liancheng felt as if his brain had exploded. For a moment, he could not react at all. He only felt as if there were fireworks blooming in front of him. It was incomparably gorgeous. Although he and Jian Yun had already made up, considering that she had just given birth, for the past half a month or so, he did not take a step beyond the lightning pool. He only kissed her lightly, so when he felt a strange feeling coming from his mouth, he was actually stunned. His heart was beating like a drum. He actually looked like a young man who had just started a love affair. His heart beat like a drum. Xian Yun could not get a response and could not help kissing even harder. But her heart also felt a bit weak. Could it be that she kissed wrongly? Why did Hu Liancheng seem to be in a trance? Did he have any reaction at all? Or did her mouth stink? But she had clearly brushed her teeth after she finished eating. Thinking of this, Jian Yun also stopped and blinked. She saw that Hu Liancheng still looked like he was not in the state and did not understand what was wrong with him. She simply did not kiss him. "I'll pour you some water to drink." Xian Yun wiped the corner of her mouth and turned to walk away to hide the awkward atmosphere. However, Jian Yun had just moved when her arm was pulled by Hu Liancheng. She turned her head to look at him in confusion, but saw that his eyes seemed to have fallen into starlight and were shockingly bright. "What?" Xian Yun felt goosebumps all over her back when Hu Liancheng stared at her. Why did she feel that his eyes seemed to have seen a wolf's prey? Hu Liancheng did not answer. He only used his actions to show that he had picked Jian Yun up and placed her on the bed. Then, he kissed her deeply. This kiss was lingering and lingering. It was Hu Liancheng's usual style. He kissed Jian Yun until she was almost out of breath. At this moment, he leaned over and looked at Jian Yun. The light in her eyes rippled, and there seemed to be deep affection that could not be dissolved. "I love you," Xian Yun softly said. She would never be stingy with these 3 words again. "I love you too." Hu Liancheng's fingers gently stroked Jian Yun's face. In his tender heart, he said softly, "Duoer, let's remarry." Jian Yun was stunned when she heard that. Remarry? Remarry. Hu Liancheng held Jian Yun's hand and kissed her lips. He did not notice Jian Yun's reaction. He only thought that she was nervous. We did not choose to divorce to begin with. Now that we have Chu, of course we have to be together and give him a complete home. But Jian Yun endured it and still said, "We can give him a complete home like this. Dad and Mom are all by his side. Isn't it the same?" When Hu Liancheng heard this, he also heard that something was not right. He looked very surprised. "Duo, what do you mean? Do you not want to remarry?" Jian Yun avoided Hu Liancheng's eyes and shook her head. "No." "Then why did you refuse?" Hu Liancheng frowned and did not understand what Jian Yun was thinking. "I did not refuse." Jian Yun gently pushed Hu Liancheng and pushed him away. She got up from the bed and tidied up her messy clothes. She saw Chu sleeping in the small bed, so she walked over and covered him with a blanket. She said, "I just think it's good to be like this now." "What is good?" Hu Liancheng asked. Hu Liancheng was very dissatisfied with Jian Yun's perfunctory reply. He also got up and walked behind her. He grabbed Jian Yun's hand and pulled her back. "Duo, are you worried about something?" Jian Yun stroked the hair that fell on her face and said, "I haven't washed my hair for a few days. Come and help me wash my hair later." Hu Liancheng could not help but drum in his heart when he saw that Jian Yun was clearly unwilling to answer him. What exactly did Jian Yun mean by this? She said that she loved him but was unwilling to remarry with him. She only wanted to maintain her current life? He could not understand. "Have you eaten dinner?" Jian Yun saw that Hu Liancheng did not say anything for a long time. She looked back and saw that his sword-like brows were tightly knitted. She could not help laughing as she reached out to smooth the wrinkles between his brows. "Why are you looking at me like that?" "Don't worry. I only have you and Qi in my heart. I will not run away with other men." "Then why don't you remarry me?" Hu Liancheng was unhappy. "Hey, don't be like this. Is the certificate that important?" Jian Yun had a headache. Was Hu Liancheng in a dead end? Of course it is. Without the marriage certificate, he did not feel safe. But I feel that since the two of us are together, since we love each other, those secular things are secondary. Jian Yun also answered very seriously. "Do you think marriage is secular?" Hu Liancheng's eyelids suddenly jumped. He looked at Jian Yun with hesitation in his eyes. Could it be that Jian Yun's depression has not recovered yet? Why did she talk so strangely? Jian Yun did not want to discuss this with Hu Liancheng. She quickly changed the topic. How is Lin Delong's injury? Lin Delong had been shot in the arm by Hu Liancheng. He was lucky. When Hu Chengfeng went crazy and detonated the bomb, Lin Delong was hiding in the corner, so he was not seriously injured. Jian Yun did not like his death. If he died, Lin Rong's case would have no evidence. "I asked a lawyer yesterday. His injuries are not serious. The case will start next week." Hu Liancheng replied. Jian Yun nodded. Lin Rong's case had been delayed for a long time. Now that the main culprit, Lin Delong, was arrested, the trial was finally about to begin. When Lin Rong had just been taken into custody, Lin Rong had pretended to be sick. Xian Dongmeng had helped her. Initially, Xian Dongmeng had looked for Jian Yun and wanted her to withdraw the lawsuit. If he did not go and sue Lin Rong, how could Jian Yun agree to it? Later on, Xian Dongmeng might not even be able to live on his own and did not care about Lin Rong anymore. He heard that Lin Rong's life in prison recently was not easy. But Hu Liancheng looked at Jian Yun and seemed to be hesitating. Jian Yun used her eyes to ask him, "But what? This case is a little complicated. Your father may also be involved." Hu Liancheng said carefully, "I know. He and Lin Rong are hiding poison." Jian Yun was very calm. "You already know?" Hu Liancheng was surprised. "Mom and little uncle came to see me today. They told me." Jian Yun sat on the edge of Chu's small bed with a calm expression. "When I saw him change so much, his mental state was not right. I suspected that he was addicted to it. You have seen how shameless he is." Jian Yun took a deep breath. She seemed to find it hard to say these words. After all, Jian Dongmeng was the father who gave her life. But when she thought about how Jian Dongmeng ignored her and her mother for the past 6 years, her mother had suffered so much that she almost lost her life. Furthermore, Jian Dongmeng wanted to ruin her marriage for his own selfish desires. Her heart hardened again. When I came back from the imperial capital, he also came to find me and harassed my mother. He wanted to remarry. My mother had already given up on him, and he still kept pestering her. Because I felt that this was not a solution, so I suggested that as long as he could pull himself together again, my mother and I would consider accepting him again. He left happily. I haven't seen him since then. Today, little uncle told me that after he left our house that day, he was forced to pay by the creditor and ran away overnight. Hu Liancheng looked at Jian Yun's lowered eyes and felt depressed. He knew that Jian Yun did not seem to hate Jian Dongming on the surface, but it was because Jian Dongming's actions were too hurtful. In fact, she had a deep attachment to her father. It was just that this man who had given her a strong fatherly love in her memory became too thorough and hurt her heart. He hid outside for a while. Maybe he was addicted. Online contacts bought drugs and were caught by the police on the spot. Jian Yun sighed when she said that. Do you need me to do anything? Hu Liancheng touched Jian Yun's hair. No. Jian Yun grabbed Hu Liancheng's big hand and rubbed it against her cheek. Everyone should be responsible for what he did. Since he did it, he has to take responsibility. Moreover, his transaction amount is so huge. I don't know how many people he has harmed. Okay. Hu Liancheng held Jian Yun's hand and kissed her on the side of his lips. He felt that he and Jian Yun did not need to talk much to understand each other's feelings. He knew that since Jian Yun said so, then she must also think the same. Right. Did Lin Lanlin catch it? Jian Yun looked up at Hu Liancheng. What she did this month was mainly because she was tired. There were too many things she needed to care about. Don't worry. She has already arrived in Switzerland. Hu Liancheng smiled mysteriously. It was just that his smile was so cold that it made people's hair stand on end. Jian Yun sighed. You deliberately let her go to Switzerland. What is she trying to do? Don't you think it would be too easy for her to catch her? Hu Liancheng narrowed his eyes. A cold light flashed in the corner of his eyes. He did not pay too much attention to Lin Lanlin before. He thought she was a tool to warm the bed beside Hu Chengfeng. He did not expect this woman to be so scheming. She hid beside Hu Chengfeng in order to obtain the token of the patriarch of the Hu family, and then take that fortune. Hu Liancheng could tolerate all of this, but Lin Lanlin actually dared to hurt Jian Yun. She was so ruthless that she even wanted Jian Yun and Chu's lives. Hu Liancheng swore that he would make Lin Lanlin regret coming to this world. Jian Yun looked at the cold smile on Hu Liancheng's face and could not help but feel a little scared in her heart. But she would not plead for Lin Lanlin. After all, she almost died in Lin Lanlin's hands. It seemed that the reason Hu Liancheng did not immediately capture Lin Lanlin was like a cat catching a mouse. He deliberately let her go. While chasing closely, he left her a chance of survival. He let her constantly encounter danger and created conditions to let her escape from death. This kind of torture was more exciting than directly killing Lin Lanlin, because it destroyed her mentality and spirit. Jian Yun estimated that Hu Liancheng would give her a fatal blow when Lin Lanlin went to the bank to withdraw money. How ruthless. Jian Yun waited until the next day before she mentioned Shen Feiyang Qi to Hu Liancheng. At that time, she only asked if she wanted to bring Qi to see her. After all, she was Qi's grandmother. Who would have thought that after Hu Liancheng heard these words, his aura instantly became cold? What's wrong? Jian Yun was shocked. She did not know that Hu Liancheng's prejudice toward Shen Feiyang Qi was already so deep, and now he could not even mention it anymore. Did someone tell you something? Hu Liancheng tried hard to suppress the hostility in his eyes so that he did not look so scary. Why do you ask? Jian Yun was even more confused. Could it be that something happened at Shen Feiyang Qi's side could not be known by outsiders? Otherwise, why was Hu Liancheng's expression so serious? Then you know that she was injured by the explosion and her legs are gone? Did Qing Cheng tell you? Hu Liancheng continued to ask. Jian Yun's long eyelashes trembled. She was not good at lying, which was equivalent to tacitly agreeing. Don't worry about my mother's matter. You also said that everyone has to pay the price for what they have done. She indulged Hu Chengfeng so much and indulged him without any bottom line. The murder of the person that Hu Chengfeng carried on his back had nothing to do with her. Right now, it's not like I said that I don't care about not prosecuting anymore, Hu Liancheng said in a deep voice. Jian Yun was silent for a while. Then she sighed. What about Hu Chengfeng? She did not ask Hu Liancheng about what happened after she left that day, and Hu Liancheng did not mention it either. It was probably because of the past and entanglement between the three of them. She only knew that Hu Chengfeng had gone mad in the end, and wanted to detonate the bomb tied to his body. Shen Fangqi tried her best to pull it, but she could not match Hu Chengfeng's strength. In the end, it was Hu Liancheng who knocked Hu Chengfeng unconscious. He grabbed the bomb and threw it quickly. As soon as he threw it, it exploded. That was why his hand was injured by the explosion. As for Hu Chengfeng and Shen Fangqi's injuries, it was after Hu Liancheng left that Xin Fangqi found out that Hu Chengfeng wanted to kill himself and wanted to save him. That was why both of them were heavily injured by the explosion. When Jianyun knew all of this, she was really scared. If Hu Liancheng did not leave at that time, or if he was a step slower and did not throw the bomb out, then he did not know what kind of injury he would be in now. Moreover, if he did not come out to find her at that time, in that case, she and she would have lost their lives a long time ago. She knew that Hu Chengfeng was crazy. She didn't expect Shen Fangqi to be able to protect her calves to such an extent that she didn't care about her own life. It really made her sigh. The doctor said that he might not be able to last until the new year. Hu Liancheng's voice was very cold. When he said this, he was hugging Che. Xianyun clearly saw his fingers tremble. This topic was too heavy. Xianyun did not know what to say for a moment. Hu Liancheng placed Qi on the bed and reached out to rub Jianyun's hair. Don't think so much. Take good care of your body. I'm waiting for you to marry me. Xianyun looked up at Hu Liancheng and blinked. She pretended not to understand. Did you name Che? Hu Liancheng was helpless. He pinched Jianyun's face. Don't play dumb. Oh, let's not talk about that first. Let me ask you. Is Qi's name ready? Jianyun grabbed Hu Liancheng's hand and rolled her eyes at him. She did not understand why he was so anxious to get remarried. Nay. Hu Liancheng held Jianyun's hand and played with it. He originally wanted to follow Jianyun's little name, Hu Che, but Jianyun felt that it would be better to let their first child be named by their father. So Hu Liancheng flipped through the book for a long time before deciding on Nate. Jianyun unconditionally agreed, so the young master of Hu family's name was happily decided. Days passed, and the ancient saying "don't worry about giving birth, don't worry about raising it" really made sense. The 10 months of pregnancy was tough and waiting, and the baby grew from a seed to a baby that fell to the ground. When it fell to the ground, it was as if it grew when the wind blew. When Jianyun was born, She, who was just a full month old, had already grown white and fat, and was very beautiful. Qi had just finished making the full month wine for the spring festival. The tradition of the Hu family was to hold it for 100 days. Therefore, the full month was when the family gathered for a meal and spent the spring festival together at the same time. The spring festival holiday had just ended, and Hu Liancheng had to return to the imperial capital to take care of official matters. Xianyun felt sorry for his hard work running on both sides of the road. This time, she brought Chu back to the imperial capital with her, and stayed with him for a while.